I got on social media. I didn't have that many followers and stuff. Then there was this guy on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me inspiration from my struggle. While I was struggling, he gave me inspiration because he was the only person who ever commissioned me. And even when I gave him a low price, he even upped the prices and gave me extra money just so I can keep drawing.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Mastermind family, welcome back to the show. I am your host, JoJo, and we have a very special guest today on Artist Motivation. And Artist Motivation is where we basically bring on different artists and just allow them to tell them their story and their journey to give some motivation to new artists, inspiring artists, and just people who are in that industry, and give them some hope and motivation to go and do this thing, man, and just create. And so our special guest for the day is Najeeb Shabazz. Najeeb, welcome to the show. And before we get the show started, we got to do the sound off call for the day, right? Mastermind family in the building. Najeeb, welcome to the show, man.
Yeah, I'm here to answer some questions.
Cool, man. Well, we appreciate you being on the show, man, and just allowing us to ask you some questions, man. So our first question, man, what is your favorite manga and anime, man?
Favorite anime and manga?
Mm-hmm.
My favorite anime in the world most likely be Gurren Lagann.
Oh, that's a funny one.
I actually say that's probably the best anime I ever watched in my life.
Yes.
A lot of my stuff that I make is inspired from Gurren Lagann.
Okay.
In terms of personality-wise and character development.
Okay.
My favorite manga.
Yep.
Is for right now, One Punch Man.
Okay. Why is that?
It kind of inspires me to do dynamic, my dynamic poses and stuff like that. It gives me, makes me happy. It gives me turn. Right? It gives me,
get you crunk, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I dig it. I have to say, Gurren Lagann is like one of my favorites as well, just because of the story itself and the comedy behind it, man. Like, and it has some key points that I'm like, man, that's like a golden nugget right there. But I was like, all right, I dig it. So, I respect that. So, okay, Najeeb, tell us a bit about your story, man. Like, tell us how you got started. Tell us a little bit about yourself, man. Just tell us how you got started, man, on your journey as an artist.
It's a little embarrassing, man.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay, it began in middle school.
Hey, man.
And there was this girl I liked. She was an artist. She wasn't that good, but she looked like she had a lot of fun doing it. So I just came up with the genius plan and said, hey, I become an artist too. So that's how I can impress her.
Right.
So yeah, I became an artist, and I drew a lot of stuff that she liked. And we got to know each other. I didn't get no play or anything. I got friends on. I got friends on in middle school.
Okay.
Then there's other artists too. There was a girl, she drew too, but she drew like really, really good stuff. I got inspired by that.
Mm-hmm.
And everybody kept saying, "Oh man, your artist. Compared to her, you can't draw her shit." And I was like, you know what? I'm gonna draw. I'm gonna keep drawing. So I kept drawing, and I got better than her. Right, somewhere around high school.
Okay.
I thought at first that I was just drawing, just to hook up with a girl, but as time flew by, I kind of got inspired by it, I kind of started loving it, I just kept drawing, and I kept watching anime, and I just kept getting inspired and stuff, and I was like, someday I'm gonna make my own manga series,
Man, that's
and,
awesome.
it just became a passion in high school. Then when I graduated, I started working on my series.
Man, that's an interesting, deep story, man. Like, at first it started off like you just trying to impress somebody, but then it just became something like, man, like I'm actually into this. Like, this is, you know, I want to create my own stuff. Like, man, like, I actually love this. Like, that's awesome, man. Like, seriously.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
I dig it. And so I guess we already know a little bit about, you know, what, you know, influenced you, but like, tell us what's something that is like, I guess, been a struggle for you as an artist whenever you started your journey. Like, what are some of those struggles and how did you overcome them?
I think my number one struggle would probably be life, really. I mean, I never wanted to become a professional artist. It really was just a hobby, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Greatest struggle was like, cause soon I got out of high school, I had to deal with money problems. Had to move immediately, became homeless for a little bit, and I had to focus on making money. And I couldn't get a job. I tried, nobody didn't hire me, so art was kind of all I had, so I had to depend on that. You know, I didn't really, you know, I was kind of like in the house for a while with my brother. I lived in a dining room, and I was starving. I was starving in the dining room, and I was hungry, and I didn't have any money, so I had to draw in order to make money, in order to live. So I couldn't work on my series, and I struggled a lot because, you know, I had to draw in order to get things done. It became from a passion to a struggle, and it kind of still is that.
Wow, really? Now that is really interesting because it's now gone from like something that's a passion that you just like to do for as a hobby. Now you're like, man, I have to, otherwise I won't eat, you know?
Yeah, that's what it became, you know?
I guess like,
Yep.
I guess my question to you is like, what is the end goal, man? Like, how do you see, like, I guess the projection of your life, you know? Do you see yourself, like, I guess, how does an artist, like, if an artist just started out and he, you know, he's in your situation, like, what's the best way to make, for an artist to make some money, you know? And I'm not talking about quick money. I'm just talking about what's the best way for an artist to actually make some money that's sustainable, that, you know, they can at least eat something, from your perspective.
From what I did,
Mm-hmm.
I kind of just gave myself the lowest price I can give. I had to open commissions. That's the kind of only way I had to do anything to make any kind of money. Yeah, I mean, for me, it wasn't smart because all I did was really just draw cheap art.
Mm-hmm.
That was like 2 years ago. So I had to do like 5 commissions just to make $50.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, that's how it was.
Wow.
Yeah. Then people kept telling me, "Oh man, your prices are too low. You gotta up the prices." So, but I was kind of insecure about it because, you know, I can actually admit that I really wasn't that good at it back then. You know, I was just new to digital art. I've only been drawing digital art like from that time for 6 months. It's been 2 years now.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I wasn't as skilled as I used to be, and I didn't think, because I never wanted to sell my art. You know, I never wanted to ever be in that world and become a professional artist.
Yeah.
I just wanted to draw just for the sake of drawing. And, you know, I got on social media. I didn't have that many followers and stuff. Then there was this guy on Facebook.
Mm-hmm.
He gave me inspiration from my struggle. You know, while I was struggling, he gave me inspiration because he was the only person who ever commissioned me. And even when I gave him a low price, he even upped the prices and gave me extra money just so I can keep drawing.
Wow.
So, yeah, yeah, ever since then, I've been trying to, like, focus on making money, you know, make money during the month, pay my bills, you know, open a few commissions, but still I draw, you know, on my own terms, you know. That's how I got my passion back, and I'm slowly starting to get back more and more every day.
Man, that's such an inspiring story, man. Like, real talk, man. Like, I think a lot of artists don't even talk about, like, those type of struggles that they may, you know, have to overcome or face and just go through the adversity. Like, I mean, real talk, you put your prices at a low, and people still weren't like, you know, commissioning you. Like, you know, I don't know if you've ever noticed this, but like, I've seen it at times where, you know, people say, you know, okay, I need somebody to draw me something, and then everybody, you know, what the next question is okay, how much are you gonna pay? And they're like, oh no, I want you to do it for free. And then you be like, well, you know, you gotta understand, people actually have to eat from this.
You know, this shit real, man.
Yeah. Like, I mean, that's just like asking, you know, Usher, hey, I need you to make a quick track for me, you know, for my wedding. He'd be like, are you gonna pay me for that? Like, you got studio time, you got me having to, you know, mix it, master it, all this other stuff. No, I'm not doing it for free, you know. And I think people need to understand that, you know, as much as
you can't buy art for free.
Yes.
Period. You know, you can't do that. You know, if you expect somebody to draw you something for free, then you shouldn't be talking to artists, professional artists at least.
Right.
Real shit.
Yeah, I mean, we'll talk. So that, you know, and it's just, that's awesome that the person that, you know, first commissioned you, you know, upped you the money, like gave you more that you deserve, because you deserve more than, you know, the value that you were setting yourself for, you know. And it kind of showed you, you know, the value that you bring, you know. And I love that. I think that's like very inspirational, man, to be honest, man.
Yeah.
I guess like
he gave me that extra push that I needed, because I was about to give up on art. Period.
Really?
I was about to give up.
Wow.
Yes.
So art. So
I just kept drawing. You know, I couldn't. You know, it's a passion. I love it.
So you could say
stop doing something you love.
So you could say art saved your life then, huh?
Yeah, I can actually say that.
Man.
And then, you know, after that, I lived in that house for a year and a couple of months. Popularity just started going up. People started knowing who NSArtist is. Started getting some recognition. Made my Instagram page. And started opening commissions every month. And I started getting better and better. And I started increasing my prices more and more. And I started becoming more and more successful. And that's what's going on right now. Yeah.
Man. That's phenomenal, man. Like, I'm so super excited for you, man. Like, that's why I really like have reached out to you, because I was like, man, whenever I like joined like that, I think it was like the Black Manga Artist Group or whatever, your art was the first one I saw. I was like, man, this is dope. I was like, who is this? I was like, who is this? I was like, man, this is fire, you know. And then, you know, I keep seeing your art, seeing you was posting. I was like, man, this is crazy. I was like, is this like an actual like for real manga? And then I see that you created a manga blunt. And I was like, oh, I was like, damn. I was like, this is okay. This is fire. So
it's a 2-year project, man. I worked on that shit since my second year of high school when I first started up. You know, I was like, you know, not a lot of series have black main characters, especially in manga and anime.
You are 100% correct.
And I was like, because, you know, all of my characters are mostly white. I didn't notice that. I didn't notice that since the beginning, because most of my characters was inspired from other animes, other mangas and stuff.
Right.
And all their characters white skin. So I was like, let's make something with a black main character. So Blunt came to my head, and I was like, I just thought of it up. Then I do some regular sketches. You know, it was terrible. Made a rough draft. I created the story for like a year. It took me a year to make the story. Then I finally got it on digital. You know, I started sketching, started doing G, started designing Amy, all my other characters. And then I released the manga. This ain't the manga you read. This is like the first of it, the first draft of it.
Yeah.
The first idea, because Blunt came to me in a dream, and I just drew it from what I remember from my dream. And when I first made it, 12 pages. It's my first manga I ever made. I can actually admit to you, it was actually really, really bad. It was really, really bad, but I kind of drew from that experience, and I was like, before I even uploaded, I stopped myself. I said, I ain't finna upload this shit. I was like, I I said I need to remake it. Like I just need to remake it, redo the story, just start from the beginning and then build up from there.
Mm-hmm.
So I remade it. That took me about 5 months to remake it because it was already there. I just had to scrap some things off and made Blunt. Then it took me about 8 months after the prologue. I released the prologue first and to pass it. It took me like 8 months to actually complete 50 pages of Blunt.
Okay.
And it actually meant to be 80 pages. But I did like 57 pages. I had to take out some pages because, I wouldn't do no damn 80 pages. So I wasn't much of a writer, so I didn't know how to actually script for real. So, I released it, but I didn't actually think it was going to be something when I first released it. I didn't think people were going to like it because, Blunt reflects my life, things that I've been through.
Yeah.
In high school, stuff like that, and being bullied and being picked on for being different, and I was like, I needed to reflect that. I need to put my heart and soul into this. Yeah. So I did that. And when I did it, people started liking it, really started liking it. It made me really happy to see people actually give a damn about something that I created.
Yeah, man.
It feels like to have people actually say, you is a good artist, man, saying they love what you make and they want more. People just striving for more. Striving and shit. I was like, it made me happy. It made me believe that this series can actually be something. So I continue to still work on it to this day. Story and all,
Man, that's really a beautiful, man. That's very, very, very touching, man. Especially so there's many points that you said, man. So you said from point one, your series came from a dream, and I think many artists can relate to that. I know I can, because AfroSeeds came to me in a dream, and I had to immediately start drawing, start typing. I mean, everything. I was like, man, because I started writing, and the story was in a whole different direction than what it is now for AfroSeeds. It's not the way it was until I got hit with a dream, and so I definitely really vibe with that, and it's really awesome. And then on top of that, just putting your whole essence, your whole being into your series.
I was doing all this while I was starting, so I had to do it.
Man, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. You were in the pits, you were in the pits, fighting for survival, and you were doing this. Man, this is
I didn't get that much love from my family on it. Well, really? Some of my family members believed in me, but they really wasn't about it, and it's against our religion to draw images. So drawing was kind of a no-go from the beginning, but my family ain't really that stoked on it.
Mm-hmm.
But, I kind of don't care anymore. They told me that it's not, I got some love from it once I completed it, but the idea of it, they didn't really like it. But,
really? Really?
Yeah, they wanted me to draw in period, but it's all good.
So I guess that's something that's not really accepted in, I don't want to assume, but in being a Muslim? Yes. I did not know that. Yeah. I did not know that.
Yeah, drawing images apparently.
Wow. Yeah. That's brand new for me. That's brand new.
Yeah, so, I kind of grew as an artist in a family that don't like artists. So you kind of can imagine how hard that is. But now that they know that I can accept it, they kind of start to accept it too. They give me all the love they can. It's all good now.
Well, at least it's all good and things are healed and, you're moving forward and it sounds like you're prospering, too, in the process, so.
Oh, yeah, it's, I'm coming better every day, I practice every day and I try to just do the best I can to impress people. That was kind of the reason why I kept going to begin with. So I draw inspiration from all the people that like my stuff.
Okay. So I know you've talked to us a little bit about your journey and just where you started and where you're at and where you're going. So what kept you motivated to just finish one thing and put it out there, man? And just what kept you motivated through the times of being hungry? What kept you motivated the times of people not believing you? What kept you motivated to believe in yourself, and just do it?
what really made me motivated is when my mom died. When she died when I was a kid, but I remember her telling me something in her will, saying that she told me that I always have to do what my heart tells me to do. That was what she told me. So that's exactly what I did, and I really drew inspiration from that. I wanted to make people happy with what I did.
Yeah.
And when people commented on my stuff, when people actually cared about what I did and how I make it, asking all these questions, like said I'm a great artist and all, I wanted to make stuff not just for me, but for them too. So my fan base and the people who actually cared about me is what kept me going. My brother, one of my brothers who actually inspired me, one of the people who inspired me to keep drawing, to actually invest money so I can grow as an artist. My big sister, who kept striving me, kept encouraging me to continue as an artist. All these people in my life that kept believing in me is the reason why I kept moving.
Man.
I wanted to move because that's just what I felt like I had to do. Because I wanted to quit 1,000 times. I wanted to quit every day. But something in my mind kept telling me to keep drawing. And I kept drawing. And I'm still drawing.
Yeah.
And I can't stop drawing.
I mean, that's real. That's right. That's perfect, man. Like, honestly, like, you had good support, you know. You had people that, like, all it takes is just one person to believe, and that's you. And then when you have other people who believe in you too and support you, you know, there's no stopping you. There's no denying you. I mean, you can't be denied. You won't be denied.
I wanted to, like, just stop drawing. I actually did. I stopped for like 3 months. I stopped for 3 months, but I couldn't stop thinking about drawing. Yeah, so I just love what I do. I love the fact that people love what I do, so I'm gonna just keep doing it.
That's awesome. That's awesome. Okay, so what is something that you wished someone had told you before you started your path?
I wish that nobody told me that in order to be somebody, you have to graduate school and shit. I wish my teachers didn't rip up my damn drawings in front of the goddamn class, you know? I wish that shit didn't fuck with my mind, you know?
Really?
Yeah, really. Did this shit right in front of my friends and shit. You know?
Wow.
Yeah, people keep telling me, I wish people just stop telling me how to live my life. You know, people really believe that you can't be shit as an artist. Like, you can't make that much money. You ain't gonna be nothing as an artist. An artist can't feed an entire family or make you a homeowner, none of that shit. And I'm like, who the hell told people this? Like, when did this become a reality to say that artists can't do nothing, you know? There's artists everywhere, man. There's culinary artists, got some Gordon Ramsay and shit, got, you know, Drake. He an artist. He make a lot of money. Like, it's not impossible.
Dude,
You know,
I mean,
I just wish people didn't tell me, you know, tell me that I can't be shit.
no, I mean, like, those people, that's their reality, right? Like, just because that's their reality, don't try to make it somebody else's reality, man. Like, you can do whatever it is you want to do, so long as you believe it. And you don't let nobody steal your dream, man. You don't let nobody tell you can't do something. You know, if you have a dream or if you have a goal, you know, you have to protect it, you know, because there's a lot of people who like to steal other people's dreams because they gave up on their own, you know. This world is filled with people who are just non-dreamers, man. Like, people who have no hope. And so what they got to do, they got to suck the hope out of other people. So.
Yeah, that's how it was for me, you know. People told me that a lot, man. I cared, you know, it kind of hurt because people kept telling me that, but at the same time, people kept telling me that what I'm doing is great. So, kind of, just take it as it is, really. I just try to avoid that kind of negativity. I still got some people to tell me that to this day, but I don't give a fuck, to be honest.
I got you. It's true, man. You shouldn't worry about what other people think, man. People's opinions don't pay your bills, man. At the end of the day, people's opinions don't pay your bills.
I mean, if you love what you do, and you have fun doing it, then I don't see the problem in just doing it. I don't see why people gotta be like that. I don't see why people gotta be assholes.
Man, like I tell you, people are dream stealers, man. So I think I respect what you do, man. I respect the grind. I respect your hustle, man. I respect you just going out there and just killing it and just continue to push forward, because I think a lot of artists, what happens is that I've seen it before where, they may not get no love.
Thanks, man.
They may not get no love, and they get disappointed because they're like, man, nobody's like, gave me a like on my drawing or stuff, and it discourages them, and it's just like, man, forget what they say, man. You did the work, you did the artwork, and you put it out there. Don't worry about if somebody gives you a thumbs up or likes it or comments, and it doesn't matter. You gave it your best. Keep going. Keep getting better as an artist, man. That's it, man. There's always somebody that's gonna like your stuff. Always. If you think in terms of abundance, somebody's always gonna like your stuff, man. There's no shortage of that. There's no shortage of that. So I don't know. I think people just need to change the way they think, man. So, but I guess what are 3 tips, man? Like if an artist is just coming out and they're like, man, how do I make money in this thing? Like how do I prosper? How do I, what 3 tips would you give them to start making some money?
Become like a freelance artist, become like a professional artist, somebody who try to make money? Let me think. I think tip number 1, you gotta have a certain passion for it, a certain drive. Tip number 1, you gotta like what you do. If you don't like what you do, you're not gonna be good at it. It goes for anything.
That's true.
Tip number is you gotta train a lot. You gotta become good. People are going to tell you that you're a good artist, but don't take that in stride. There's still things you have to learn. The basics, such as anatomy. You gotta learn how colors work. You gotta learn the fundamentals on perspective and stuff like that. That's what I did. Step number 3 is you gotta know how much you're worth. As an artist. Because it can be hard at first. Because you can open up commissions and pretty sure nobody not gonna say anything on it. But I started off not opening up commissions. Somebody came to me asking for a commission.
Wow.
Yeah. I wasn't even going to open up. That wasn't even in my plan. But yeah, you gotta know how much you're worth. But what I mean by that is by your level of skill, and you gotta know how good you are. I can't really show it,
right?
But how I measure myself is that I found an artist that I like, and I strive to become better than that artist. And if they opened up commissions and I see their prices, I either make my prices the same as theirs or increase my prices, But the path of being a commissioned artist is kind of hard. You're going to meet people who are going to treat you like shit. You're going to meet some nice people who are going to love what you do. Because every person who spend money on you believe that I spend money on you, so you got to do what I say. That's just how they go. Right. Yeah, that goes for anything,
Right.
Like a boss at a store.
Right.
I pay you to work for me, so you got to do what I say.
Right.
That's that's just how the mentality is.
Right.
But the customer's always right, all that kind of shit. You know, just be positive, nice, show that you care. You know, put all your effort in every commission that you do, and you'll get love back. You know, I had a couple of people who like, oh, I want a refund. Oh, I don't like this and that. You know,
are you kidding me?
That's normal. That's normal. You know, people don't like what you do. That's just how it works. So it's gonna be hard at first, but you will become better as an artist as time flies by. So you don't really have to worry about it.
Yeah.
You know, set yourself some good prices and make sure you prioritize. That's what I did do. Make sure you prioritize, because if you don't open up, you gotta open up a certain amount of slots every month.
That's
if you
true.
think you can do 10 commissions in 1 month, then you lost your goddamn mind. Because I don't know who can. I don't know who can do a bunch of coloring, because coloring and drawing is extremely time consuming. I spend like 12 hours on one drawing. It's a whole day. You know, I'm gonna sleep at 1 o'clock and 8 and kept drawing and coloring and shit, and went to sleep back at somewhere around 11 at night. You know,
Right.
That's one commission, and I had 6 more to do.
Right.
Make sure you prioritize. Make sure you have a set day, a schedule. Make sure you know how much you get.
Right.
You know, hopefully $300.
You know, those are some really good tips, man. Especially, I guess, prioritizing. You know, because there's no such thing as time management. You can never manage time, but you can prioritize things, right?
Yes.
So.
You can prioritize things.
You know, and depending on what somebody's time frame is, you know, because there's a certain people that is very urgent, and you have to judge whether you're going to accept it.
Yeah.
So those are some really, really good tips, man. And actually, you know, words of wisdom, actually. So, but all right. So enough of the heavy stuff, man. So tell the family, you know, what's coming in the future pipeline, you know, for you, man. Like, tell us what's going on. What are some future projects coming in the works, man?
Okay. My biggest project that'll be coming out will be the complete volume 1 of Blunt. Cause Blunt is my main project right now. And you know, I'm trying to get it up to chapter 7. So that's when volume 1 will release. That'll be sometime next year.
Okay.
My second biggest project that'll be released is a secret project that I was gonna tell anybody, but might as well say it. It's a secret project called the Versus series.
Okay.
It's in this Versus series. It's a series of different mangas, fan-made manga series of different series that are popular, and it's kind of like it's like manga in the form of fan fiction. So it'd be a lot of manga that will be releasing there. You'll be seeing stuff like I already got one for Dragon Ball Z. I made one for Blade and Soul.
Okay.
And I made one for the Persona series.
Oh, okay.
Those are the I have that most likely would be made in the Versus series. The short stories people, there's other people characters too around the world. And I've just been talking to people, and I've been working on the stories, and I'll be releasing 3 short stories that'll be exclusive to my webpage.
Okay.
Yeah, and after that, after I finish the complete part 1 of Blunt, there'll be a side series of Blunt special that I'm going to make.
Okay.
And plus another short story series that y'all probably already heard of. It's called Scardio Fates.
I've heard of it, and that's where I see all the crazy colors with your illustrations, man.
That'll be. I saw a few sneak peek pictures and other drawings and cover pages and stuff like that. But yes, Escardio is a short story, but it's kind of long, but it's not really.
Okay.
It'll most likely be my last project that I'm working on.
Why the last?
I don't think I have enough time. Cause I have to do things in life. I have to make money apparently, so I'll be able to make even more other stories and series and stuff like that. But I will push out a lot of work for people to read and people to get into. But you got other art coming in too, future projects. I'm doing an NS collection on my Facebook page.
Okay.
Fan art series that'll be out too.
Okay.
So I'll be doing a lot of fan art too.
I dig it, man. You got a lot of projects in the pipeline, man. I dig it.
Yeah, I just wish I could really get into them.
I mean, what's stopping you from not getting into it? You just told the people, man, if you want to do it, man, just do it and prioritize.
Well, I gotta pay bills, so yeah. Prioritize to make blood, but making manga is hard as hell. Yes, it is hard, extremely time consuming.
You're right.
And you gotta have some type of drive to actually complete a really big chapter. To really do it right, really make it look awesome. Put your heart and soul into it, and that can take a really long time to do. In my case, for other manga artists, I can't speak for them, but for me, drawing manga is a really big challenge. It's really how I get most of my practice done in terms of characters and drawing poses and backgrounds. So all the art that y'all see from now is really inspiration I drew from all the manga that I drew in the past. Blunt was my first manga I did. But Blunt was my first manga I did in digital. I did like some mangas on paper. They really old.
Okay.
But yeah.
Man, that's. I mean, at the end of the day, you create what you want to create. You do what you want to do, and you have what you want to have, man. And so, I think it's really touching. It's been a really, really pleasure just to sit down and get to know you, man, and just sharing your story with us and the family, man. Like, we really do appreciate you taking the time just to share your perspective and your journey, man, and just providing us hope, motivation, man. Tell us where the family can find more of your work, man. Where can we find you at? What's your handles, man?
You can find me on Instagram and Facebook. My Instagram is NSArtist123, all low caps. Just search it on there. My Facebook is Najeeb Shabazz, but I also have an art page called NS Collections.
Okay.
Capital NS C and OLLECTICON. I think that's how you spell collections. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can find me on there. You can find me on Instagram. I'm on Amino too, but I don't know if anybody uses Amino. I was on Google Plus, but I left Google Plus. So Instagram and Facebook is where I'm at. That's where you can find all my art. If you want to read Blunt, it's on Tapastic. So search BLOUNT.
Okay.
Give it a read. I hope you like it. Put a lot of effort into it, so you better like it. Yeah.
All right, man. That is gonna do it for the show, Mastermind family. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Artist Motivation. Najeeb, thank you for coming on the show, man, and we really do appreciate what you've done for the family. So thank you for taking the time to be on the show, man.
Thanks, I appreciate it.
No problem. All right, family. So peace.